Namaskar. Today we will be going to talk about equations of motion. Equations of motion. First of all, we should know what are the equations of motion, and then we are going to derive the equation of motion. There are three equations of motion. First is v is equals to u plus at. Second equation is s is equals to ut plus half of at square, and third equation is v square is equals to u square plus 2as. Now let us see what are the meanings of the initial that we have used in these equations. So first of all, we have used u. U represents initial velocity. Initial velocity means the velocity of the object when we have started our observation. It may not necessarily be zero. Sometimes we may start observation when the body is already in motion, right? Then we have used v. V means final velocity. Final velocity means when we have stopped our observation. That means at the end of the observation, what was the velocity of the body. Then we have used a. We all know, as usual, it is acceleration, and t is time, and s is distance covered. So these are the meanings of the initials that we have used here. I am going to tell you some basic things that you need to keep in your mind while doing the numericals based on this, that we will be doing in our next video. So today we are only going to derive these three equations. So in order to derive these three equations, we need a graph. That means we need to represent a situation in the form of graph. Here I have already drawn a graph. This graph is representing a uniformly accelerated body whose initial velocity is u and it acquires a final velocity v in the given time t. Let us have a uniformly accelerated body having initial velocity u, and it acquires velocity v in time t. Let it covers a distance s in this time. This is the situation that we have assumed. So in case if we need to plot a graph for the uniformly accelerated body, speed time graph, that is velocity time, we are talking about straight line motion, so both are same. So you will be getting a straight line going up starting from u to v in the given time t. So that means in the given time t, it has acquired a velocity v while its initial velocity was u, right? So now in order to derive the first equation of motion, we are going to use the concepts that we have already done. We all know that we need to find out the slope of the given graph if we want to find the acceleration. So acceleration is actually represented by slope. So we know that in this graph, slope of graph will be representing the acceleration. So that is, acceleration can be calculated as, therefore acceleration can be given as perpendicular upon base. We all know that slope can be calculated as perpendicular upon base. So our target is to find out the distance, or you should say measurement of perpendicular and base. So if this is the graph, that means the slope. So we have to find out this perpendicular and this base, correct? So our target is to find out the measurement of this and this. So this is very simple. If this distance is t, so this will also be t. So there is not an issue at all, right? Now you see that this point is u, that means this distance is u. So if this distance is u, this distance will also be u. So let it be u. And from 0 to v, this whole distance is v. So this whole distance will also be v. So this is completely v. So this remaining distance can be taken as v minus u, like this, because this whole is v, this much is u, so this will be v minus u. Let us give names to all these points. Let it be O point, let it be A point, let it be B point, let it be C, and let it be D. So I have given names to the different points. So acceleration is represented by A, perpendicular here is BC, and base here is AC. So A is equal to, measurement of BC we have just calculated from the graph is V minus U, and measurement of AC we have calculated from graph is T. Let us cross multiply it. So we will be getting AT is equals to V minus U, and if we will shift this minus U to another side, we will be getting V is equals to U plus AT, and this is the first equation of motion. So this is how we are going to derive first equation of motion. Now let us move to second equation of motion. So in second equation of motion, we are going to calculate the area below the graph, and we all know that in case if we calculate the area below the graph, then we get the distance covered in the given time. So you can see that we have to calculate this whole area. There are two ways of calculating this whole area. The first way is to divide this area into two parts, and the first part is this triangle and the second part is this rectangle, this one, and then we can add. And one method is that we may not divide this given figure, this given portion in two parts. We may directly take it as a trapezium, because you can see that we are having two pair of opposite sides as parallel and two non-parallel sides, so we can take it as a trapezium. So there are two ways, so we are going to use both the ways one by one. So first of all, I am going to take this portion as a trapezium, and I am going to calculate this area by using the formula for the area of trapezium, and in the second time we are going to divide it into two parts. So we all know that area below the graph represents distance covered, that we all know. So distance covered will be equal to area of trapezium will be equal to area of trapezium. What is the name we have given to the points? OABD. Area of trapezium OABD. Distance covered is represented by S, capital S. We have placed S here. Area of trapezium, we all know the formula for the area of trapezium, 1/2 into sum of parallel sides into height. This is the formula for formula to calculate the area of trapezium. So S is equals to 1 by 2 into sum of parallel sides. So parallel sides are OA and DB. So OA plus DB into height, because this is 90 degrees, so we will be taking OT as height. So OD is the height. Now place the values. S is equal to 1 by 2 into OA plus DB. OA is U. This is the point U and this is U. So the distance between 0 and U will be U, plus DB. DB, this whole distance is V. We have already seen, into OD. OD is T. Right? Now, in second equation of motion, you can see that we have not used V anywhere. So we want to replace V. So from where we are going to replace V? We are going to replace V from first equation of motion. First equation of motion says that V is equals to U plus AT. So instead of V, we will be placing U plus AT. So S will be equal to 1 by 2 into U plus, instead of V, I have placed U plus AT into T. How? Because V is equals to U plus AT from first equation of motion. Now let us solve it further. So we will be getting it as 2U plus AT into T. Let us multiply T. Then we will be getting 1 by 2 into 2UT plus AT square. Now let us multiply half. Then we will be getting 2UT upon 2 plus half AT square. 2 and 2 will be cancelled. So ultimately, finally, we will be getting S is equals to UT plus half of AT square. This is our second equation of motion. So this is how we have derived second equation of motion using the same condition and same graph. Now let us move to third equation of motion. So before going to start the derivation of third equation of motion, we will take a small step. That is, in third equation of motion, we can see that time is missing. Time is not given in this equation. So let us try to find out that what value we are going to place instead of time from the first equation of motion itself. So first equation of motion is saying V is equals to U plus AT. So we can write V minus U is equals to AT, or we can write V minus U upon A is equals to T. So instead of T, we can use the value V minus U upon A, because we do not need T in third equation of motion. So definitely we will need to replace T by some equivalent value. So for that we have already calculated the value of T, and we are going to use it while proving the while deriving the equation. Now this time what I am going to do, I am going to calculate the area below the graph in a different way. Previously I took this portion as a trapezium and I applied the formula for the area of trapezium and calculated the area below the graph. This time I shall be drawing a line like this, let it be C point. So now I am having a triangle ABC and a rectangle OACD. Then I shall be calculating the area of these two parts and then I shall add. Definitely that we will get the whole area. So area below the graph represents distance covered. Distance covered can be written as area of triangle ABC plus area of rectangle AODC. Now let us place the values. Distance covered will be represented by S. Area of triangle ABC 1 by 2 into base into height. So base is AC and height is BC. Area of rectangle is length into breadth. So length you may take as OD also, you may take as AC also, it's your choice. I am taking OD. And height you may take DC also, you may take OA also. I am taking breadth, I am taking CD. Now place the values. S is equals to 1 by 2 into AC. AC is T. Into BC. BC is V minus U. Plus OD. OD is again T. OD is again T. And CD. CD is U. So now we are going to place the value of T in this equation. So mark this as equation number 1. So using equation 1, we will be getting S is equals to 1 by 2 into V minus U upon A into V minus U plus V minus U into U upon A. This is what I have done. I have replaced this T by V minus U upon A. That we have already calculated. Here you can write the reason using equation number 1. Now let us try to solve it further. So what we will be getting, in first step I shall be taking 2A LCM. So I will be getting V minus U whole square minus plus 2U V minus U. Now let us solve it further. So let us shift this 2A to another side. So we will be getting 2AS is equal to V square plus U square minus 2UV plus 2UV minus 2U square. Now 2AS will be equal to this 2UV and 2U will cancel, V square, and this plus U square and minus 2U square will be minus U square. Now if you will be shifting minus U square to another side, you will be getting V square is equals to U square plus 2AS. This is third equation of motion. Now I just want to clarify one thing, that we are having 3 methods of deriving these equations of motion. The one is mathematical method, in which we will be using only formulas and placing values and all. Second is graphical method, that we have already done. And third one is calculus method. So when you will be moving to class 11, then you will be doing all 3 methods there. We are not going to do mathematical method or calculus method in class 9th. In class 9th, we shall only be sticking to graphical method of deriving these equations. So in next video, we shall be proceeding with the numericals based on these equations of motion. Thank you. Namaskar.